Hello live wires, Heather Boyd Wire here.
This is a follow-up to my shorts video. Thank you, Maria, for suggesting to put a bead in the middle of the jump ring for this ring. You are going to need 22 gauge gold artistic wire, 3mm flat artistic wire, and some beads. I'm using the Bead bail making pliers, their Glimmer Series nipper tool, and their slimline chain nose pliers and round nose pliers, and some nylon jaw pliers. So using the bail making pliers, we are going to use the second to largest round and make a jump ring. So we're just going to turn the 16 gauge wire around, and then we need to clip the ends flush. You can saw the jump rings if you want a super clean line, but the flush cutters or the nipper tool work quite well to make a nice clean cut. So we are going to cut them flush on both sides and then close up that jump ring. You can hammer it a little bit if you want to as well, but it's not necessary. So now we're using 3 inches of the 3mm flat artistic wire. I will link all my materials in the description below the video. And we're just going to turn it around the ring mandrel. From there, we'll get the bail making pliers, and we are going to turn up one side so it's going straight up, and then you'll see how much width you need for the jump ring. And then we're going to turn up the wire on the other side. The bail making pliers are useful because they are a nice straight curve and they're not conic. So now we have the wires sticking straight up so we can slide on that jump ring. So from there we need to put it back on the ring mandrel, and we're going to push the wires back to hold the jump ring in place. So if your end is short, you can grab some pliers and just push the flat wire back to secure the jump ring in place. And just keep pushing it down. So from there, we can push down the wires a little bit more, and then we are going to clip the ends of the wire and push it down. Just do a little rotation to push the end of the wire down. Now you see the opening of the jump ring. We want to slide it underneath the flat wire so it's not showing. And then clip the other end, put it back on the ring mandrel, and using the flat nose pliers, just push that little end in. This will secure the ring in place and make sure there's no little scratchy bits that are exposed. So just rotate it and it's going to hold it nicely in place. Adjust it on the ring mandrel so it's nice and round, and there is your very simple version of the ring without the bead, as I did in the shorts video. So now we're going to make a slightly larger jump ring using the largest part of the bail making pliers, and again we're going to clip the ends flush so it can make a nice closed jump ring. The 16 gauge wire is great for the jump rings because it's nice and thick and solid. So close up that hole and then make the band again. I like this wooden stepped ring mandrel. It has all the different sizes, and we're going to bring the wire up as we did before. This is the rose gold flat artistic wire, the 3mm size. They also have 5mm, but it's quite thick and better to use with bracelets. I have other flat wire tutorials on my channel that you can check out if you just search my channel for flat wire. So we're going to bring the ends around as we did before, straighten them up, push the end down, and then clip them flush. This is the Bead nipper tool. You can use flush cutters. So we're just going to give it a good little clip so we don't have too much wire. And then take the flat pliers and then just rotate the end down to hold the jump ring, and it'll hide the little opening in the jump ring. And we'll put it back on the ring mandrel, make sure it's nice and round. So now I'm taking about 4 inches of 22 gauge artistic wire and an 8mm hematite bead, and we are going to attach the bead onto the jump ring. So the 22 gauge is nice and soft. You could use 20, but it might be a little bit thick. So just go with whatever wire you have that's going to fit nicely around the jump ring, and bring it around. And if you need some help, just grab your flat pliers, give it a good little tug so it's nice and tight in there and there's no slack wire. And then what we're going to do is twist it around 2 or 3 times to make sure it's nice and secure in the jump ring. So just feed it through, bring it around, and pull the end up. You see how I wiggle the wire to tighten it up. You could have even gotten away with a slightly smaller wire, maybe 3 inches would be fine. I tend to cut my wires a little too long, just to be sure. So you can go, like I said, around 2 or 3 times depending on what kind of look you want. And then we're going to clip it flush. And then we need to do the same on both sides. Clip it flush. And then we're just going to have to pinch in those little pokey ends. You don't want it to be scratchy, so you just rotate it in so you don't have any little scratchy bits, and you can use the nylon jaw pliers to push it down a little bit more so it's securely in place. So that's one method to attach the bead. Another method would be to take a wire, again the same size, about 3-4 inches, put it through, this is a miracle bead, 8mm miracle bead, and this time we're just attaching it to the ring band instead of to the jump ring. So this is a good solution as well, and it has a nice look to it. Again, you're going to wiggle the wires so there's no slack. Bring it through the ring band about 3 times, wiggling it as you go, making sure it's nice and snug, and go through the other side. So you'll see the wire that attaches the bead is on the diagonal rather than on the vertical. So both ways look great, and we can clip it flush. I'm clipping it on the top. If you prefer to finish it underneath, you can as well. You can even make a little spiral with either end if you want to make it fancy. The sky is the limit with this design. And we'll just pinch those ends in so there's nothing scratchy. It's got a nice finished look using the flat nose pliers and the nylon jaw pliers. Just pushing that little end. And there you have your super cute ring with the miracle bead. And they're super fun to make.
So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making videos. And if you'd like to share photos of your wire art and jewelry, be sure to join the Wire Makers Club on Facebook. And if you'd like to check out my work on Etsy, my husband and I specialize in custom wedding cake toppers and funky jewelry. I also have a mailing list, so if you'd like to sign up below, I'll send you my Wire Art Essentials ebook.
You can get the templates in my Etsy DIY shop. Be sure to use the coupon code SAVE25 to save 25% when you purchase 5 or more templates, tutorials, or ebooks in my shop.
So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you the next time.